Hello developers, as promised, in the last session we gonna start looking into collections. So far we have seen various data types like int, floats and strings. So those are good for enough to store one value, but what if you gotta store a bunch of values? Okay, so to accommodate that, Python has a special collection framework which lets you exactly do that. Okay, and in Python, as everything is an object, so like unlike in other programming languages like C, Java, uh, the data types can be you know heterogeneous instead of homogeneous. So in other programming languages, or also known as typed, which has a strict typing, which won't let you define heterogeneous data types. It got to be an a collection of int or a collection of string or a collection of any data type. But Python, who cares? You can stuff whatever you want, however you want. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's head over to our um, Visual Studio and see the first thing, the Python list. Okay, all right. So let me create one file here called list demo.py. Okay, so just to give you uh, a quick idea of what list is. A list in Python, a list in Python is used to store um, homogeneous, okay, data values, okay, separated by a comma. Okay, so let's go ahead and see the syntax. The syntax is variable name equals brackets and say v1, v2, v3 dot 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 vn. So you can go ahead and store how many elements however you want. Okay, all right. So let's say furnitures. Okay, I'll start. So this marks the list. So if you see, if you just print what does it contains, um, so then you can run it. As you can see, it's an empty list. Okay, so what you can do is you can initialize with some values. If you don't initialize and just leave the brackets empty, then it will be an empty. So now to double confirm it is indeed an empty list, what you can do is you can invoke a len library method on this variable furnitures and confirm its size or length. As you can see, a list having 0 len means empty one. Okay, so now let's stuff some values. Table, okay, chairs, bed, and okay, just 3 elements now. We'll add more. Now if you see, the list got table, chair, bed, and then uh, the length is 3. Okay, let me get rid of this CLS. Now to add another element to this list, okay, what you can do is you can add, okay, by using an append method. Okay, so you can say furnitures dot append, okay, and give shelf. Okay, now if you print, if you reprint this, now table, chairs, bed, we added one more append, bed and shelf now. Okay, Python has a very succinct your short syntax also for append. So, you can use plus equal to, okay, and add a variable something. Okay. Now, if you again print and run, then what you will see is this something is added. Okay. So, it took the elements, because in a string, in Python a string is a immutable list of characters. So, you can pass any another list, okay, then automatically it is going to loop over those characters and add as elements. Okay. So, but if you are if you want to add, if your intention is to add one more element, so you can just make it like this, and now if you run, now you will find this something as one element array is added to the list, but so it the furnitures list has been extended. Okay, as you can see, we started with 3, added one more element shelf, now 4, then we added one sub list. Okay, now it became 5. Okay, the question is how you gonna get one element out of that. Okay, so syntax to access an element of a list, okay, use subscript operator like this. For example, I can say and what you have to specify is the syntax is whatever list of index. Now, make sure index falls between 0 and length minus 1, because the index starts with 0 and goes all the way to the length of the string, length of the list minus 1. Okay. Now, to access table, you can say t equal to furnitures of 0. Okay. Now, you can print t. Okay. There you go. So, you have a table printed there. Okay. Now, to modify, so you see this furnitures of subscript operator is is on the right hand side of the equal to. So, in order to manipulate, since it is a mutable list, you just have to reverse the direction. So, take this, okay, and assign. I just want to make it capitalized like that. So, if you run it and print the furnitures, again, I'll run it again. You see, now I have capitalized table. Okay. Now, to loop over these elements, you can go back to our friend, because the index starts with 0 and it is length minus 1. We can say I equals to 0 while I is less than len of furnitures. So, technically going all 0 through 5, exclusive, then print, okay, print f, okay, you can say index equal to I and value equal to interpolation, our friend formatted string furnitures of I. Okay. Make sure to increase the value, otherwise it will become an infinite loop. Now, print again, run it again, see, index 0 value table, index 1 value chairs, index 2 value bed. Okay. Now, Python has a special loop, okay, called enumerative loop, okay, also known as for loop. Okay. It exactly does the same thing. without this extra legwork of initializing the value I and then bumping up. Okay. So, what you can do is you can say for item in furnitures, okay, print item equal to interpolate item, or run it. So, now you have using the for loop. You see how simple it is, you do not have to do this. Okay. But if you want to access the index, so Python also has a built-in enumeration called index comma item, okay, in enumerate, and then give the pass the furnitures, then you can print f index equal to index item equal to item. Okay. Run it again. See, it gives the same value, but without the legwork. Now, how you learned how to use the subscript operator, okay, and access an element at a specific index. You also learn how to manipulate, because it's a mutable list. Okay. Then the question is how you gonna remove. Okay. To remove an item from a list, you can use del keyword. Okay. So, I just want to get rid of the last item. So, I can simply say del furnitures. Okay. I know the last item is at index 4. Okay. Then print it again. Okay. Run it. Now, you have a manipulated list 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. There is another way to get rid of the last item. You can say furnitures dot pop. So, pop, what it does, it removes the last item by default, unless you pass an index, but I just want to get rid of the last item shelf. Okay. So, I will just print it again and run it, clear it and run it again. There you go, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay. So, now to add back again, you can say furnitures dot append. Okay. Then you can put whatever, for example, x. Okay. Furnitures dot append x. As you have noticed, I have added this item twice. So, by definition, a list may contain a duplicate element. So, those are allowed. Okay. So, now again run it. See, the list have group, but now it has this 2x added at 3 and 4. Okay. You can also use a shorthand operator to remove. You can say del furnitures and -1. -1, what it does, what we learned previously, we learned that you can start from the backwards using a negative index. Okay. And then if you print this, okay, again print updated list. Okay. So, you can duplicate it, just want to remove those 2 x's. See, oh sorry, I did not print the updated list. So, copy paste this again. See, now the list size is back to whatever it was. Okay. Though that's all I got. So, practice more Python. Maybe what we can do is you can think how you can use this. Oh, there's one more item I forgot. Okay, what I can do, there's something called a replication. You can say my list, imagine you have like 1, 2, 3 numbers. Okay, you want to replicate it these elements for 3 times. Okay. Just use the asterisk operator, say 4, and print my list. Okay. Right. 1 2 3 1 2 3, what you got? Oh, sorry, actually it's not my list, new list. I made a mistake. So now run it again. See, it has replicated these elements in the my list 4 times, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. All right. Until next time, have fun with collection framework, and especially with the list one. Okay. Okay. Bye for now. Happy programming.